Greetings, family. So I'm coming today because I was walking through the community and I overheard a conversation. And this conversation was interesting to me because what I heard when I walked up was something about American currency. So I then felt like, yeah, they saw me coming, so they think somehow I have funds and how much it is, and all this kind of stuff, or that I have money to do certain things, right? So, I didn't say anything. I just kept walking because my thing is if you're talking to me, then you will address it to me. So I kept it moving. Okay, so as I'm going past this location, I hear, well, it's not just them. Even when the rich Africans or the rich Nigerians come back to this country, to the continent, to their countries, they pay their workers low wages. And I was just like, is there really a mindset that if your employer is rich, you're supposed to be rich too? Because I'm here to tell you, family, and I know this is not for Anja's subscribers, but for people who might pop in and be curious because you really don't know, let me inform you. You are not eligible, okay, to receive the same amount of pay as your employer. It doesn't work that way. I don't know how they do things where you come from. I don't know how they do things, what you've been raised to believe, but I am here to tell you, okay? In the West, if the $1 million Coca-Cola company hires you, they're not paying you $1 million. It doesn't work like that. Okay, the way that they keep their company running and that they're able to give you and 100 other people a job is because they found a salary that the company can afford to pay people. And they can continue to run their companies and build their companies with the funds that they earned, okay, that they sacrificed for, that they educate their employees for. So think about that, okay? If I'm a boss, I hire an employee. How am I going to pay my employee the same thing that I'm making? How do I keep my business running? How do I pay for my expenses? How do I keep a roof over my head? How do I feed my children? How do I send my children to school? How do I pay for my car? How do I pay for my company car? How do I eat if I'm paying you the same thing I'm making? And why would I pay you the same thing I'm making when I'm the one who went to school? I'm the one that has the training. I'm the one that has the experience. I'm the one that spent the money to pay rent or to buy my business, to lease a space, right? To buy supplies. It is my business idea, but I'm going to pay you the same thing? It makes no sense whatsoever. I'm going to tell you, sometimes the conversations I hear here, the level of ignorance is impenetrable, okay? People know, generally, that if you're working for a company, you're not making the same thing as your boss. It doesn't work like that. No one owes you anything. No one is obligated to give you anything that you haven't earned. Most people come in at the bottom level of a company, of a business, right? You might start at a low wage, and once your employer sees that you can be trusted, you're trustworthy, what you give to the business is valued, then you can discuss an increase in pay. Then you can work to become the highest paid employee. But that is a process. You don't just walk in demanding like, I'll clean your toilet, so you need to give me what you make. No, sorry. I'm so sorry to bust your bubble. Right? Whatever little fantasy you had going, but no one owes you anything. I have never worked for a company or an employer and said, oh, you want to pay me what you make. I've had friends ask me to assist me with their businesses. I've never walked in like, oh, I'm going to need to get what you make. How is that possible? It doesn't make any sense. It is unfathomable how people will think that way. But I get it. I think that there is a level of, there's a mentality here. I can't speak for everywhere else. I can only tell you that people think like this. There is a level of thinking that says, you have money and you owe me. You have money and you need to give it to me. You left this country to make money, to bring it back just for me. And I am going to take as much as I can until you have nothing left. And it still won't be enough. Okay? So y'all need to know this is a level of thinking that is here and it's real. And people stand by it. They stand firm. Y'all know I have done so many videos on basic rules of engagement. Go back and look at those videos. You will have a grown, healthy man calling you down in the street, sister, because he see you, he think you look good, you foreign. He get up to you and he like, can you give me some change? Give me money for a taxi. Buy this thing from me. It's that type of, you need to do it because I know you have it. Forget about whether you want it or not. Okay? People will try to force a service on you because they want your money. They think or just know you have more than they have. They don't know. You look good, so you must have money, right? You could be walking around without a penny in your pocket, right? Nobody knows the struggle like you do. Nah, it means nothing to them. They want what you have, okay? So let me give you a quick scenario of the mentality. I live in a compound, and I don't talk about it much because I've learned to deal with it. But, you know, there is a person here that's supposed to maintain the space, the compound, the garbage, clean, cut the grass. Well, he does nothing. He does nada, but always expects something, especially around Tabaski, right? Or Eid. He always expects that someone's going to give him a little something. You know, kind of like that doorman that always opens the door for you. And when the holidays come, you give him a little bonus. Well, we got a big compound gate here. He'll be sitting under the cashew tree. Honey, he ain't jumping up to open that door for you. Not at all. But we'll expect that when the holidays come, you're going to hook him up. And when you don't hook him up, then he gets resistant. And we're going to talk about that in the next video. See ya.